How's it going? On this video, we're gonna be talking about the new RS4 Mini and why this little gimbal has me really excited. So let's get into it right now. All right, for $459, you can get the RS4 Mini combo kit, which is I think the way to go right off the bat. It has a 4.4 pound load capacity, which, let's be honest, with this setup, it's really just meant for mirrorless. Don't try to put a Komodo or something else on here. It's just gonna be hard to like get a motor, get power to it, any of that stuff. It really is gonna be great for your autofocus, like small mirrorless hybrid cameras. And it is really great for that. Now, one of the cool things about this camera is this right here, this little intelligent tracking module, which is built into the system. You know, it has its own camera. And this is where things really get cool on this little system. Now, let's be honest, cameras like this A7C II are getting really good from an image standpoint. I personally, as a working DP, would have no problem cutting this image in with anything higher end. Venice, Venice 2, Alexa, Mini LF, say like a Ursa 12K LF. I think this camera performs very well in terms of dynamic range and skin tone, and really, this now becomes a very versatile tool when you're talking about something you can just easily cut in with like a higher end cinema camera. Now, this whole little RS4 Mini kit is absolutely the lightest thing that I've ever used from a gimbal standpoint. I mean, you could run around with this all day and probably never be fatigued. Now, you might ask, well, why this over, say, the RS4? Well, if you know you're gonna be in this camera system anyway, this tracking module is way cool. You know, with some simple gestures like a high like this or some peace or cut signs, you can instruct the camera or the gimbal to do certain things. So if you've Bluetooth the camera to, say, the gimbal, you can do your little sign and it will roll the camera for you. If you wave to it, it'll see you, and now it'll follow you. So if you're doing single person creator cam stuff and you want some movement, that's really cool. It's honestly really great. To me, the thing I love about this is I can't count how many times I've been trying to follow somebody on a backwards tracking shot, trying to look at them and look behind me and look at them, look away from me, look at them, look away from me, so I don't trip and eat shit and die on a job for some low-paying job. Anyway, whatever. This, I feel like with this tracking module, opens up the ability to, once you've got your framing kind of locked in how you want it, really put the gimbal, say, over your shoulder, like so, and just walk forward and let the camera track your subject so you can still be safe and do what you need to do and move as you want. Now, all you're really having to do is worry about maybe where your subject is. Now, this is gonna work for everything if there's complex blocking, but if you're doing walk and talks or some other stuff, going down a staircase, I tell you what, I'm gonna start there first and try it unless it doesn't work, because that to me really kind of changes how you operate. Honestly, the other cool thing about this is, I don't know what it is. We've had RS2, RS3, RS4 in here in the rental house, and I've used all of them pretty extensively on jobs here in Seattle. There's something about this motor calibration and how these motors work that feels almost a little bit more intuitive, and I don't know if that's maybe some new AI working with the motors and kind of feeling like it wants to move intuitively with you or the camera, but there is something about the motion cadence of how this moves that just feels a little more natural, and also feels like I want to try more complex blocking because it feels a little more solid. I don't know what it is, but it's been hard to quantify how to put that into words, but really using it has really made me be like, I don't know, maybe I just want to do this from now on. And it's kind of weird to say that about the cheap stuff. The cheap stuff is getting good and the expensive stuff is not getting as good. So this is a really cool tool that I've been really stoked on. So another really cool thing you can do with this gimbal is just how fast it is to switch from a horizontal to vertical orientation while still using all the other stuff in the camera. I'll show you that right now. Now, when you're building this and doing it, it's just so crazy fast. There's no moving around or switching, mounting on the camera. You just move the bottom bracket and do some simple readjusting, and now you're in business. We actually use this a lot here now at the shop for some of our Instagram reels that we've been playing with, where we just run outside, put it in vertical, just do some walk and talks, introducing some new gear. It's very quick, especially, you know, when you're talking about putting a mic 2 on there. I mean, it's just all in camera, one and done, especially if you're using this in conjunction with a camera that has really good built-in IBIS like the A7S II. I mean, it is buttery smooth, even if you're doing some crazy fast motion. We went outside and Galen shot Fiona here, just doing is kind of the wildest kind of things he could come up with, you know, running, and it is insane how well this camera not only tracks and focuses the subject, but how well and smooth it performs given, you know, we kind of have sidewalks and bumps and our, you know, areas around the shop aren't super like flat and easy to move around. I mean, there's a lot to navigate out here. And looking at this footage, it's just like, what? That is outrageous to think you're on such a, you know, cheap camera and cheap gimbal, all things considered. I mean, doing things like this back in the day with, you know, like a Red and a Movi Pro with a first AC and all of this stuff. It was a massive rig. You know, your Steadicam op or your gimbal op would get 3 takes maybe before they're like, dude, I need a break. You could do this all day long. I mean, it's really crazy to see how far technology's come in such a short time. So again, to recap, banging gimbal, totally slaps. You should get it. $459. I think that's a steal for how well this performs if you're the kind of person who shoots on something like a mirrorless hybrid. If you all want to be on something bigger, I don't think this is quite for you, but also, it could be worth getting into a small camera to cut together with your big camera. I think it's really versatile. This is a tiny package. You just basically turn off and, you know, as soon as you pack it into the mode, it's done. You just grab it and go. Throw it in your car, get out. I mean, it takes up no space. Can't go wrong. I love it. We're gonna be using it a bunch here. That's the RS4 Mini. So thanks for watching this video. Remember to like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll catch you on the next one.